Welcome to the Hollywood Raw podcast. I'm Dax Holt, joined by Adam Glyn, who is also here in California, but we're not even together, which is kind of you're still in your hotel room over there. But we are doing the Raw Rundown today, trying to get everyone caught up on the biggest stories in entertainment news that you may have missed out during the week. So you head off into the weekend feeling knowledgeable about all things entertainment.
That's
How's that
right.
sound?
Yeah, no, that sounds great. That's exactly what we're doing. We want you to go and have a little bit of knowledge. And if you're at a barbecue and people ask you what's going on in the world and the dumb world of celebrity news or pop culture, we're here to help you fill in so you seem a little bit smarter at the table. Here's the top 10 list.
But does
Let's
it
start
make
with
you
number
sound
10.
smarter?
That's a good question. That's debatable. All right, let's start with number 10, Dex.
All right, number 10, Kourtney Kardashian's daughter broke down in tears when she found out her mom was engaged to Travis Barker. So there was a story that came out this week that Penelope Disick burst into tears because her mom, Kourtney, FaceTimed her. This was right after she got engaged in Montecito, California, surrounded by all the bazillions of dead roses they had cut. And I guess she called her up and she said, P, do you know what surprise just happened? And she goes, I got engaged. And I guess Penelope started crying and hung up on her mom.
You know what? I think that's really cute that I wonder if Penelope was the first call. Do you think she cried from the engagement, or did she cry from them? Just they always are French kissing like out in the public, like tongues out. Like it's like, oh God, not again, mom. Like they are always making out now. That's their
They
thing.
really are. It's a bit much all the time. It's
Yeah,
it's it's a lot.
they're very out, but I guess they're happy. I mean,
They're
Travis, from my experiences, is a super cool dude, and he's happy. They're happy, but they're not afraid of showing that they're happy. They're
they
always
are
French
not.
kissing
They are
and
just they're
aggressive.
they're basically just having sex with clothes on at all times. But it sounds like she said, Penelope took it hard, but she says she thinks it's just a big change for her, and she loves Travis. She just doesn't think she knows what that means at this point. Like, what is that taking away from her family unit? So I get it. Kids
I
kids
get it.
have a hard time with this change, and anyway, so that is number 10. Let's keep moving on. Number 9, we got Kaylee Cuoco confirming she is dating an Ozark actor. So she recently posted on her Instagram a picture of her. And do you know who? Let me say his. I'm gonna mess up his name. I'm telling you, I'm gonna mess it up. But here we go. Tom Felfree. Is that how you say it? Maybe
I don't
Tom
tell you his,
Felfree.
I couldn't tell you his name, but I am a fan of Ozark, and I'm surprised because from what I remember of his season of Ozark, he wasn't a big character on Ozark. Like he
He was. He
I
was
thought he had a good
the
episode.
brother with mental issues.
Oh, that he was the one who got killed.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Well,
I thought he was
he,
like earlier in Ozark, so that was the
no,
older brother.
this was the brother. He kept having a reoccurring role up until like, well, I don't want to shoot. Should we have said that? We probably shouldn't have said that. Maybe people aren't caught up.
Okay,
Forget what we said, people.
Ozark, great show.
He's alive and fine. No, but yeah, he had a pretty big role in that show and was dating Ruth and all of that. So anyway, he's not dating Ruth. He's now dating Kaylee Kuko.
That's isn't it crazy how much attention her dating life gets? I mean,
Right?
yes, she's been married twice, but people really are
But
invested
why?
in her
Why?
life.
I
I don't
don't
know.
get
I don't
it.
know why Kaylee's like the chosen one. Why do we care about her love life and not some others?
I think she's just such a big star, and because she's been on some very successful TV shows. She's now on The Flight Attendant on HBO, which is also huge. So I think it just comes along with her star power. But I don't know. I was never a Big Bang Theory like super fan, so
Yeah.
I don't understand it, but it's there.
She did say she will never get married again. So as long as they're both in on that, there should be no issues. I mean,
Yeah. Sorry, Tom. You ain't getting that Big Bang money.
no, but it's funny. I remember when she was dating. I don't even know if I should say this. Can I say this?
What?
I mean, fuck it. I'll say this. When she was dating her last guy, when she was married to the last guy, someone reached out to me and said, "Hey, this guy," and again, I could be wrong. I'm just saying what someone told me that this guy, her last husband, was not a good guy and like just a piece of shit guy. Now, again, I don't know the guy. I don't know him in person, but that's what someone told me.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Again, what makes him a piece of shit? I don't know. That's
Okay.
allegedly. That's what they said to me, and I get they maybe it worked. It,
Well,
it,
clearly they didn't get along. So, but I've also heard that she's not the easiest person to get along with all the time either. But who really is, right?
All right. What's number 8?
Number 8, someone else not easy to get along with, Black China. She lost that $100 million lawsuit against the Kardashians. I think we talked about this last week, that her and the Kardashians were facing off in court. And it was basically, she said that the Kardashians had lost her $100 million because they were the reason that she lost her reality spinoff show, that they stampeded that and got the network to cancel it. Well, apparently the judge did not agree, and Black China walked away with nothing out of that. Now, is that Kardashian power? Like, why do you think that the judge did not side with her?
That's a huge L. I just don't think there was significant evidence to really prove that they were the factors that lost her a lot of money in business. I mean, there wasn't.
But let's be honest, we think they did, right?
I mean, come on. This at that time, like they pretty much ran the network.
They ran the network, and if they said we don't want Black China on the network, Black China wasn't going to be on the network.
But are they wrong if at the end of the day, like saying, listen, we're not a fan of the show, we don't want to move forward, and
they claim that there was physical abuse and other things going on between her and Rob, which was the real reason. Like, you start throwing around physical abuse allegations, of course the network's going to be like, oh, we want no part of this, and cancel the show. So I don't know. To me, I feel like the Kardashians had so much pull at E, they could have just said, we don't want her on there. There wouldn't need to be anything else involved for them to get a show canceled. They ran E.
100%.
And you know that there's rules over there. Like, E! News could never really talk too much crap on the Kardashians because that was their bread and butter. Okay, moving on. So Justin Bieber says this is number 7. Justin Bieber says he had an emotional breakdown when, I guess, his marriage didn't fix, quote unquote, all of his problems. I guess when he went into his 2018 marriage to Hailey Bieber, he thought, oh, this will fix all my health issues, my mental health issues. We're going to be good because now my perception of being a husband is one thing. And apparently it didn't work. And he kind of spiraled out of control. And, we saw a lot of that. If you remember, there was a lot of like videos of him coming out of, I think it was not hotels, just buildings in New York, looking like he was crying and struggling. And he called himself a hypocrite. He said, you want your wife to do something that you're not doing. And it's like, it's hard sometimes to look in the mirror and realize you have to realize you're the man. Maybe you're not the person you necessarily thought you were. And it's just a result of trauma and life circumstances, was kind of how he talked about it.
I love Justin Bieber. I don't know, man. He is such an interesting dude. I mean, from my experiences for him, I think he's just a very unique guy. We've seen him grow up, and not in a bad way. I hate to say, he grew up, and we saw him grow up, but we really did. He's just the way he handles himself with the media he's just a professional. Like, that's the end of the day. He's such a pro.
And it's hard to grow up in front of cameras. Imagine everything you've fucked up in life and everyone knows about it. Like, that sounds miserable. But he handles himself well, keeps his head high. All right, number 6, Tom Cruise flew in to the Top Gun premiere. I love this. It's so Tom Cruise. They had the premiere down in San Diego. Basically, I think it was on the USS Midway, which is like the big ship, the big naval ship down there. Yeah, so they have the premiere there. He flies in via helicopter, walks out looking like such a stud. He's the coolest dude. I mean, when it comes to movies, his real life's weird as hell, but he does look awesome arriving at this premiere.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a Tom Cruise move. Great move by him. Tom is like the king of red carpets. Like, he goes above and beyond and over delivers, and this is the right thing to do a premiere in San Diego on the ship. I mean, this is such a Tom Cruise move. I think he was flying the helicopter himself, correct?
I didn't see him flying. I mean, I see him get out of it.
Someone said, and I could be wrong, that that he might have been flying it. I don't know about that.
I don't think, maybe he was co-piloting it. How about that? Because I think there was someone else I saw in the front. Okay. But he knows how to do all this stuff. Like, the dude is legit professional, does all of his own stunts.
What do you think, Dax, of how he looks right now? Like, I want to know which
he doesn't age.
Yeah, but it's not. You're telling me he's the one person in the fucking world who doesn't age? I want to know what cocktail he's exactly doing. Why can't these people be honest and tell me what they're doing?
Because they're rich as shit, and they can afford the best doctors and the best nutritionists and the best I don't know, physical therapists. I don't know what they do. They have the best of the best creams, and that's why people like Tom Cruise don't frickin' age. And Rachel McAdams there looking awesome. Miles Teller. By the way, did you see one of our guests from a couple weeks ago walk the red carpet? Brew was there walking the red carpet, who
That's
is
pretty
now
cool.
on The Circle. Yeah.
James Corden last week just made an announcement saying he's leaving his show on his terms. He just is no longer going to be doing it. And Tom Cruise goes on James Corden and says, basically comes on and in total bold face says, "Listen, James, it's really sucks that you were fired. I get it." And just starts talking, and he really like sold it like you were fired. And it was just a really funny encounter. I mean, shout out to Tom Cruise. You don't listen to this podcast, but because and it's sad that he doesn't listen to this podcast because we're the only pro Scientologist celebrity podcast out there. So
Get out of here.
yeah.
All right. All right, let's move on to the next one. We got to get it on our 20 minutes here, guys. We're trying for you. Get you into the weekend. All right. What are we? Number 5. The judge in this Amber Heard versus Johnny Depp rejected her motion to toss out this defamation case. This is a big deal. They got halfway through, and Johnny Depp and the judge presiding over this case basically said, "Yeah, we're gonna move forward with this case. I know you want it to end, especially since you've had like a couple days on the stand and you're looking like a crazy lady. But we're gonna keep going forward. There's been enough sufficient evidence that has been presented in this case that we want to keep it moving forward." And I think this judge is like, this is the best drama I've ever seen in my life. Like, I don't want it to end either.
I get it. It's a good story, but there's too much going on here where it's only fair. I have to, Amber, you need to take the stand. So she
Yep.
took the stand this week, and she's been emotional, and it's been, it's interesting to hear Amber's side, but yeah, it's very important that we hear her side.
It's very important that we hear it, that we
have
are
to hear her
entertained
side.
by
It's
this
too good.
crazy.
This is too good. I can't wait to the VH1 series, Amber and Johnny. So it's gonna be a good show.
All right, number 4, Daniel Radcliffe becoming Weird Al Yankovic in a new trailer for the biopic. The biopic, I believe, is called just Weird. And so there's a picture that went around of him in the frizzy hair, the mustache, the whole thing. I'm going to show you right now. This is Daniel Radcliffe as Weird Al. What do you think?
I think it's awesome. I think it's fun. I think he looks good. I'm excited to see this. I think Weird Al doing a show about, a thing about Weird Al is just interesting and unique as it is. I'm excited for this. For some reason, I still can't get by that remember when Daniel Radcliffe showed his penis on that play?
Oh, yeah,
You know,
the Equus
yeah.
Broadway play or whatever it was.
I mean, every 7 nights a week he's showing his schlong. So it's I think it's pretty funny that he's doing. But listen, from my experience, Daniel Radcliffe is like a really nice guy. He's super
Mhm.
cool. He's got a personality. I like it. I'm excited to see this.
All right, number 3, Post Malone. Posty expecting a kid. This kind of came out of left field because we don't really even know who his girlfriend is. He's kind of kept that whole thing a secret. But the 26-year-old rapper said he is expecting his first child with his girlfriend, who, like I said, has not been publicly identified. But he is stoked, dude. He said, this is what a quote he told People magazine. He said, "I'm excited for this next chapter in my life. I'm the happiest I've ever been. And since I could remember, this is the happiest I've ever been for since I could remember I was sad." I don't know if I'm just reading that really effed up or whatever, but that was the statement. "Time to take care of my body and my family and my friends and spread as much love as I can every day." I couldn't love someone more than I love Post Malone. He
One of
is
the
the
nicest
best.
dudes, great to the fans, good musician, good person. I'm pretty confident I know who the girl is. I don't know her personally, but I've seen her with him.
Hmm.
Like they're not like a public couple. They don't take two shots. They don't post. I don't even know if she's on social media, but I've seen her together and I've seen them at parties. I'm happy for him. He's just one of those guys who's like, it sounds
He's the
great.
greatest.
He's like full of love. It's just
He's
great.
like true, like, gentle soul, and like I just picture him embracing dad life and just really soaking it all in. You see how he treats his fans, you see how he just treats other humans, and I'm like, oh, he's gonna be a good dad.
Yeah.
He's like the ultimate, like, don't judge a book by its cover. You know what
He's
I'm saying?
no, he's such a good guy. You can't jump if you looked at him, you'd be nervous, but when you talk to him, he's the sweetest guy. He's almost like a golden retriever with tattoos on it. You know, that's what he is. He's just that. You just want. He's great. He's charming.
That's a good that's a good description. All right, number 2, Ray J and Kim Kardashian sex tape. This was a crazy story this week, but Ray J basically said Kim and Chris negotiated the whole deal with Vivid along with him, and that Chris was basically the puppet master. Well, I mean, we kind of knew that this whole thing was negotiated, that everything had been signed off because that tape would have never seen the light of day. But Kris Jenner, we are now hearing, she says that she is hands off. Well, people close to her say that she was hands off in the deal and that it was really just Kim and Ray J that hatched the whole thing and signed a deal with Vivid. How bad is this for the Kardashians, though? Like, like Ray J broke the code of finally talking about this because the Kardashians basically trashed him in one of the recent episodes of their new Hulu show, making it look like Kanye went and retrieved the hard drive in the computer with all the rest of the sex tape on it, and like made it a whole plot line. He goes, "Fuck these people. I am done with your narrative of making me look bad on all your shows and making it look like I'm the one holding the sex tape over her head. This was her idea as well. And I guess she concocted a lot of the idea because it works so well for Paris Hilton. And he's like, I don't want to be a part of it anymore. I never had the sex tape. It was always in a shoebox under her bed. And so, like, leave me out of it. Here's the truth. Why would you poke the bear with him?
He definitely knows a lot of the truth as far as what the truth is. I think there's his side, there's her side, and then there's the truth. So I don't know what the truth is. I don't know. The Kardashians haven't responded to his response yet. Are they going to respond? I don't know.
No, they'll let it go away. They'll just kind of ignore it and I think let it peace out. I mean, they at the end of the day, their platform is so much bigger than his that yes, he can do it and he can talk about it on Daily Mail, but I mean, theirs is the one that's going to live forever on a repeat on Hulu,
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
yeah. All right. What's the top story of
all right. Number 1 story, Dave Chappelle getting attacked on stage during one of his comedy sets at the Netflix Is a Joke Festival. This was a wild video. So David Chappelle was at the Hollywood Bowl on Tuesday night for, like I said, the Netflix Is a Joke Festival. While he was performing, he was knocked to the ground by a man in a black hoodie who rushed the stage right after he was doing some jokes about Will Smith, which is really ironic considering Will Smith had rushed the stage, obviously, on Chris Rock. But this guy took down Chappelle and then tried to run off stage and was viciously attacked behind the scenes by a lot of Chappelle's people. And who else was involved in taking him down? I forgot. There was like
Jon Stewart, Jamie Foxx. There was a lot of people. Elon Musk was at the show. Jay-Z, like there was
but Elon Musk wasn't back there taking down the guy.
Not at all. Crazy thing. I'm really, obviously Dax, it's great that the audience fights back and says, we're not going to take this anymore, Mr. Chappelle. No, I'm kidding. This is an insane thing. It's wild that this guy was able to bring this gun that it was fake, but there was a knife attached to it that was real, but the gun looked very real. So I think that's the crazy thing. Like, how was this guy, able to bring this into the Hollywood Bowl, which is crazy because also at Chappelle shows, you can't use your cell phone. You usually have to lock away your cell phone in a bag. So it's crazy that he couldn't bring his cell phone in, but he was able to bring a gun and a knife.
Well, you know what's weird is I was at the Hollywood Bowl a couple months ago for the I forget. It was a concert, but Adam Levine, someone ran up on stage and went to like hug Adam Levine, and I'm like, what is happening at the Hollywood Bowl? Why do people have this kind of access? They need to like secure this down a little bit better if people are able to rush the stage so easily. But I will tell you the best moment of the night was when Chris Rock, because Chris Rock was there, came out afterwards. He goes, "Was that Will Smith?"
Yeah, I mean, that's a great way to bring the show back, Great
So
way.
great.
And Chappelle finished his set, by the way. So great way for Chris Rock to kind of break the ice a little bit.
Yep.
There should be I think the Hollywood Bowl needs a moat, okay? Like a little bit of
with
water.
alligators.
Yeah, like you need a moat, like in the zoo. You know, the zoo sometimes they have a water creek to separate the lions from the public. That's what Hollywood Bowl needs now is a moat. So if someone tries to charge the stage, they have to swim first, and then we have a little bit more time to get to them. What's so crazy though? Like there was a lot of people backstage who ran and like who kind of tackled the guy, and you know, Chappelle made a joke saying, John, you know, you fucked up when John Stewart has to stomp you. And I did release a statement today saying, hey, just so you know, Jon Stewart and Busta Rhymes did not hit the guy, or Jamie Foxx did not hit him. Which
if you look at the guy,
bullshit.
The guy was beat the hell up. Like he looked like he had a broken arm.
Dude, this guy looks messed up. But from seeing around Busta Rhymes and just knowing what kind of character he is, my opinion, if that even matters, allegedly, my opinion, I think Busta Rhymes definitely got some hits off, which I'm not mad at. I think this guy definitely deserved to get fucking the shit beat out of him. Busta Rhymes, I don't know if Jon Stewart got a shot in, but Busta Rhymes is definitely throwing a few kicks in, okay?
All right. Well, there is your top 10 stories of the week, your top 10 entertainment stories. We got you all wrapped up with our Raw rundown. Make sure you check in every Friday on the Hollywood Raw podcast, wherever you get your podcasts, just so we can catch you up. We had a fantastic week. If you didn't get a chance, go check out our Ashley Parker Angel interview. Check out our celebrity feuds that we did this week. A lot of just good content out there. And if you want to support some of our friends that have had us on recently, check out the Demois interview we did for Do You, or the Adam Carolla show where we were recently guests on. So anyway, thank you guys. If you can take some time, leave us a review on iTunes. That would be greatly appreciated. It just helps us move up the charts, helps us get in front of new eyeballs or new ears, and we really appreciate it. So make sure you follow us on all social media platforms at The Hollywood Raw. Follow Adam at Adam Glyn. You follow me at Dax Holt. Until next time, have a good weekend. Bye. Guys, hope you liked that video. We got a lot more where that came from.
Hit that bell, like, subscribe, share with a friend. The best thing you do to support us is really doing that. And we really need the money because we need hair gel.